Hello, and welcome back to another video. For this month, I wanted to take a moment to talk about Enlisted's new front, the Far East. I just wanted to talk about some pros, some cons, and some new features featured in the update. Firstly, I want to talk about how I love that Enlisted is not only making fun events and like also they're adding new weapons and vehicles and I guess fronts, and I think that's awesome. And who knows what might come next? Maybe we'll get something in the north like Denmark, something in the south like Italy, or maybe something more in the east like Poland or Romania. And also a huge, just thank you and shout out or whatever to everyone enlisted. But I'm going to start my review of this new update with the weapons because it's World War II. That's what really matters. For new weapons, we have the Type 88. A new bolt-action rifle used for Russia, and I actually really like it. Not only like gameplay-wise, but just because it's in the game, and it's like a World War One weapon kind of. I actually did my research and found out that apparently, so there's this guy named Herman. I'll put the last name on screen, who was a major anti-Semite and really mad at a man who was a chairman at the Low Eve and company. His name was Isidor Lova, and the anti-Semite basically accused him of sabotaging and undershipping rifles to the German army. So there's some history for you. And the main reason it's being used here is because in 1896 to 1897, most of the production was moved outside of Europe to places like China or Latin America, and some of the ones made in Brazil would be used in the War of Canudos. Also, the Chinese basically ripped off the Gewehr 88 with the Hanyang 88, which is the one in the game. Hey gang, my bad. I mixed up the dates and all that. Uh, so part of the production was moved outside of China. That much was true, but the date is actually wrong. So after it was made, that's when production was moved out to China, and the whole 1896 to 1897 was the War of Canudos. Canudos. I don't know. I'm too white to pronounce it. That's why it's there. Also, I just want to say, if you like, in-depth, researchy things, like I just told you about fun facts about the Gewehr 88 and that, please leave a comment because I like, researching weapons,. So if you'd like to see, a full-length video about, some weird weapons from World War II, I'd love to do that. All right, next up we have the PPSH 41S. A suppressed and premium PPSH 41. Not much to say. I don't know how historically accurate it is, but a little inaccurate to balance the accurate is okay. Um, we have the KE7, a weapon that has been in the game for a few months now. At least in events, it was. It was made slash developed slash put into service in Switzerland in 1929, and then production was set up in the Republic of China, the Far East. The Browning M1919A4. Basically just a M1919A6, but firing 30-06 and without the stock. Perfect for, suppressing fire. The Type 2A 6.5mm. No, not that one. Not that one either. Yeah, that one. Just a Type 2A, but with more damage, higher fire rate, just better than the other 2As. And the captured M1918A2, another premium weapon, unfortunately. Again, not much to say. It's just a 1919A2, but for Japan, to even the playing field. Some new bayonets for weapons like the Fedorov Avtomat or the Johnson 1941. We also got some new customization for British and Italian soldiers. Who doesn't love that, go down in style. And for vehicles, so now we're going into vehicles. We have the new Ferdinand, a crazy heavy tank with an 88mm PaK 43 cannon. The one they use against planes, tanks, ground people, everything. I think also used as like artillery in the end of the war. It uses a crew of 6 to control, and it also has tons of armor and decent engine power. It's definitely worth it if you haven't already gotten it. Next up, we have the B-25J-30. A little bit of tongue twister. It's a very good plane. It's got 6 500-pound AN-M64A1 bombs, as well as 13 12.7 millimeter M2 brand new machine guns. Like, certainly enough firepower for anything. And we also got the PBJ-1H, a premium plane for America, and it also looks good. And we got the Chai Too Late, a very nice tank for Japan, although according to the description provided in-game, it was never actually made in World War II. We also got some changes or fixes to vehicles. The SD KFZ 251, we got more engine power. Most of the many battle rating 1, 2, and 3 tanks got machine gunner seats and some visual fixes. And now we got maps. Alright, so I've been excited for this since I heard that the update was being announced. So we got some new maps featured in the update, and I want to say I see a lot of potential for this new front. I decided to go into a custom server and to look around, and let me just like these maps look great. They look beautiful. They just look amazing. We got a few maps. I mean, technically only one. We got Hal on Jang, North, South, Invasion, Conquest, Conquest Large, Airport Invasion, and Confrontation. And not to repeat myself, but these maps look great and fun, and I really like them. And you know, I see the potential here. I don't want to repeat myself, but I think this map's gonna be great. And now I'm gonna do the pros and cons. So this is a part I was not looking forward to because of the cons, but we're gonna start off with the pros. So for the pros, better rally point / APC restrictions. In the new update, they changed how the distance from a capture point is measured, and it shows how much closer you can get before it's a problem. Like, it'll actually show you over the little icon. More and improved vehicle spawns. More tank spawns were added on some maps. Of course, bug fixes. We got better AI, no more floating rocks, and just all kind of goodies. Plenty of bug fixes. I'll put it up on screen. And now we got the cons. So for the new map, it's the map size. While I was exploring these maps, I noticed that it's quite small, right? Which it could prove to be a problem. So I think it's fine, but it's a little guy. And the learning curve. So new maps always come with a learning curve. To get used to them, to figure, to map them out, figure out the best strategies. And with pretty much every update, performance issues. So as the game becomes more advanced, less computers are able to run it, which is unfortunate. I actually have a friend who physically can't play it. His computer is just too old. And the cover is too destructible because it's very accurate, and I like that. But with all the new changes they're making, it's gonna be a lot harder to get into cover. Well, that's it. That's my full review on the new major update. I honestly really like it, and I'm hoping to see more like it. Like I said in the beginning, more friends maybe. If you enjoyed this, please let me know. Also, like I said earlier, if you want a more of a history channel, type thing where I talk about specific weapons, comment down below. And as always, comment, like, subscribe if you want. I'll see you next month.